Hello guys, so welcome back to another session of learning Unity with me. And I know I've been my schedule's been kind of wonky lately, but today we can do 1 hour. Um, so yeah, I think from where we last left off, we were where we last left off, we did finish the animation, and then we did correct the position of the hold on, let me correct the mic a bit. Yeah, so we did correct the animation in terms of the anchor point, and the reason why it didn't look natural, it was because the way we created our sprite sheets for both animations used different methods. So the walking animation, that was because we cut the animation based on, or we didn't cut it ourselves, rather we automatically clipped it so that the sprite of the sprite sheet is cut to make sure it's very precise to the image, and which is different from the jumping animation, in which we did it by grid size. And because of that, there's this mismatch or misalignment of the lizard after the jumping animation played. So now it looks like this, which looks 100% better. So to fix it, of course, we just need to make sure that the methods that we used to cut the animation, or cut the sprite from the sprite sheets, is to make sure that the methods are the same. Alright, so let's go ahead and continue with the video. I think I finished this already. Yeah, we need to go here. And intro to keyframe animation. What I'm thinking this will be about is, adding a specific point in our animation. Oh, nice. That's cool. Oh, I didn't even notice that this was two different sprites. I consider it to just be one sprite. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that too. Go to here, go to our, what's this? Lizard. Wait, what? What was that? Oh, wait. No, that is right. What does that mean? Lizard animation event has no function name specified. What? Let's go ahead and look that up first. Animation event has no function. Oh right, because I accidentally did something like that. Oh, there it is. This one. Huh, interesting. So if I added something here, we click on a function to add stuff to happen. Add stuff to make things happen. Alright, let me play it again. Nice, 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 nice. Oh wait, you're supposed to do that. I forgot. Let's go to our sprites, not in use, and then we take out the trophy stuff, I assume, and then put it into sprites. Trophy cut and trophy hole. What's the difference? I don't know. Let's see what he used. He used trophy cut, so let's go with that. So we're gonna make this multiple. So we're gonna, break down the sprites so we can have the top portion and the bottom portion. And we're gonna hit apply first, though I don't think it really matters because I was gonna do this and then hit apply. So we're gonna slice it. I think he did it by automatic, and because of that we were able to get this. He did mention that what he's going to do is try to ignore the stem, so we're just gonna move it up a bit, like right here. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. And then we hit apply, and yeah, if we need to change it, we'll change it. That makes sense. So I guess in terms of design, when we're dealing with a sprite that contains two body parts, we need to create child objects to a game object to represent both sprites. Alright, before we continue, let's go ahead, do what he just did. Create an empty object. We're going to call this trophy, and then we're going to make child objects, and we're going to make two. We're going to call one the top portion, and then another bottom portion. So in our top, we're going to have a sprite renderer. Wrong one. First we gotta reset transform, or reset transform this. Reset transform. Well, I guess you reset the parent and it resets everything else. So we're gonna add a sprite renderer for both of them. Sprite renderer, and then in our sprite sheet here, we're going to just drag and drop the top part and then the bottom part. they're currently located in this bottom left corner, but we need to change the order in here. For now, I forgot what values I placed for everything. I think 5 is the default, so yeah. And then we can put 5 as well. So now we have both sprites. And as he mentioned, there is a funky looking stem that appears here that we could clean up if we wanted to, but at this moment it's not really that big of a deal, I don't think. So I'm just gonna move on from here. So let's continue. That's pretty convenient. Alright, so we're gonna make the thing bigger, but first we gotta add the controller animation for the trophy. So let's go ahead and create that quickly. Trophy, and then we're just gonna easily just drag and drop it here, and then it creates the animator component for the trophy object. And as we can see, if we compare the trophy to the lizard, it doesn't match up to size, so we need to make it bigger. So in order to do that, I think what we need to do is first go to sprites, go to trophy cut. I think this upgrades both of them if I'm not mistaken, and this is inversely proportional, so the lower the value, the bigger the picture is going to be. So let's make it 50, so we're just going to double the size of it, which looks kind of weird, but let's just correctly put that. I think that looks better. Alright. Oh, I see. Because we don't really have a sprite sheet for the animation. I think he's here in here. I think this is an example of kind of like bone-based animation, where we have to create the animation based on the sprite that we have. Huh, interesting. Hmm. Hmm. So keyframe is over here, and then I forgot what that's called. It's an event. So I guess keyframe is used for creating animations, and the events are used to kind of connect the animations with some function. Oh, nice. That looks cool. Alright, let's go ahead and do that, unless there's a challenge. That's actually, we might be getting behind, so let's do it ourselves. So in our animation, we have no animation. Oh wait, we do have this controller here, but we need to create an animation. We can, I guess if we don't have, like, we haven't created one, or we can create one through, highlighting all of the sprites and then creating an animation on it, or we could do it like this, where we create an animation, and then since we're already in animation, we can just type in, let's say, trophy float animation. So what that means is that we're gonna do, this one says 60 frames, so that might be too much in my opinion, but let's go ahead and give it a try. So we have to hit record first, right? So we hit record, so then we could, I guess, drag this along, or how does this work? Oh, we pick on the frame, and the moment we move, when we move this, oh wait, what? The moment it's gonna move the whole thing, isn't it? Alright, so I guess the top is the one we want. So we're going to make it go down, and then let me just see how it looks. Alright, well, I mean, we can always delete it, right? Or change it up, delete these things. Oops. You're supposed to do it by 1 minute, I believe. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that again. Is there a way to clear this? So we're gonna record. So in the first 5, we're gonna we can go down here. We can go down here. Can we go up again? Go up. Go up. Go up. And then go down. And then back at the center. How do I make this 24? Yeah, let's just delete it. Oh, I guess we just click on this one. So make it 4 frames, I guess. So we could just go like that, go down. Alright, this bone-based animation might be a little bit tougher than I thought. You know, I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. Alright, so let's go ahead and continue. Right. That actually makes things a little bit easier. let's go ahead and do that too. So we gotta go to curves, and we gotta go here. There's our transform. I don't know why this is. I should probably put this to 0. Oh, whoa. Never mind. I probably forgot to reset it. I don't think it matters actually. Let's go to the. Wait, what happened to it? What happened to the animation? Oh, it's on top. Alright, so let's go to the Y. Click on the Y. Wait, there's no curve. Wait, what? Why is it saying there's no curve? I think this is much better. And then basically weight, kind of push it. Whoa. The heck? Oh, I guess let's lower it down. Oh, we're supposed to go zoom. No wonder I was like, wait, how do you? How do you increase the? How do we zoom in? Or I meant like, how do we make the? Oh, like that. My bad. Fix everything. All right. That's way too big. Yeah, how do you zoom in here? No. I guess you have to do that. Kind of hard to see each frame though. I wonder how he did his, because that doesn't look like a sine wave or any wave, but this one does. I noticed that the here is like 0.75. I can't zoom that close for some odd reason. Kind of like his, where it's like it goes up and then goes back down again, but then it comes down harder. Alright, let's make this one actually back a bit. Alright, I don't know. Alright, let me redo that. So if we do record 24 seconds, let's move it up here, and then guess down here, and down again, and then up again. So it seems like we do it every 2.5 seconds. So then 2.5, so that's 5. So then 7.5. This is 2.5 seconds, and then this is 3, this is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 6. Alright. I keep messing up, and you know what, I'll just do something real quick and we can just carry along. So let's do it every 2 seconds then. Make it even, so we're just gonna move it down. Move it down again. Wait, no, this is... Alright. Alright, this is the last time. So this is 2 seconds. So we're gonna go down. We're gonna go down again. Then we're gonna hit the bottom. And then go up. How does it look so far? So we've gotten from here, and then we want to go down again, and then down, and then up, slightly up, and slightly down. So can you make this 20 frames? Still kind of fast. Still kind of fast. I mean, that's pretty good, I guess. I'm just gonna go with that for now. I'll probably have to mess around with it a little bit more. Alright, so let's go ahead and take up on that challenge. We go enemy bottom, right? And then trophy float. Bottom. So click on bottom, and then we record, so that we could 2 seconds. When it touches it, let's make it increase in size. So let's go. And then when it goes back, make everything one again. Let's see how that looks. Looks kind of funny. Let's just go with that. I like it. I like it. That's good to know. Alright, let's go ahead and do that too. So I think we click on the top part and then we're going to add the animation here. We're going to make it, or actually wait, we want to do it when it touches the bottom, or when it reaches the top rather. So here. But then he said to make sure that it changes back. Did I flip it? Yeah, that looks good. But I think I want to change it to a different color. Yeah, let's make it orange, like a dark orange. Wait, I don't get what's the point of this one. Wouldn't we just need to make sure that this one, let's go like a little bit farther like that. I don't know, I like the vase getting squished. It looks very funny. Wait, oh, alright, sorry. Before we do that, let's go look at the questions just to see, if someone brings up a current or an interesting perspective. So let's click on this one. Quicker way to zoom at 10:05. Oh wait, if you hold Alt and move the rise timeline, if you hold Alt and move the mouse holding right click, you zoom into the timeline. And if you hold shift while doing all that, you scale the curve so it's zooming into the timeline. I'm guessing he's referring to here. Let me try. Wait, what? if you also hold Alt Shift, no. It looks the same. Oh, hold Alt Shift makes, that's what I was looking for. That looks way better. So you have to do Alt Shift. Alright, yeah, that's the answer I was looking for. I was like, what do you do to do that? Now I know. If I can, like, oh, I can. Yeah. See, now I wouldn't have known if I just skipped it. I made the base spin with a couple Photoshop edits. There. Oh, nice. However, I needed to put an animation controller on the base when the trophy parent already had one to him. Is that the right way to do things? Wait, what's this? What's that thing out right over here? What's that? Oh, it's the fox. Oh, he's playing around with the animations. Nice. Well, let me see that again. That actually looks pretty good though. Yeah, that looks good. That looks really good. How did he do that? Rotation. Oh, he said he did Photoshop. Never mind. So what I'm guessing is what he did is just he actually did create a separate, like a sprite sheet technically for the bottom part. And yeah, I do think you do need an animation controller for that, because when you're working with multiple sprite sheets or multiple sprites, I guess that then becomes a sprite based animation. So then for sprite based animations, you do need to create your own controller to kind of manage that. But that is an interesting take, because then, like, let's say, you know, you want it like a hybrid, like you can have, you know, the top sprite. Oops, wait, what happened? The top sprite, right? This is going to be bone based animation where we do it ourselves based on a single sprite. And then and what he did is he created multiple sprites using Photoshop to make it look like, you know, it's rotating in the zeta axis. And because of that, you do have to use a controller for sprite sheet animation. Or I guess if you have, like, I think for his case, I think a controller is necessary, because we have to manage the control of the animation of the sprite sheet. If it was just a bone based animation of just like moving or scaling, then we don't really need to add to it. That's what I'm thinking. I might be wrong. I mean, of course. I'm just gonna leave it there. I think that's just how I see it at the moment, but it can change maybe as we go along, because he did say that he found his solution in the next video, which talks more about the animation stuff. So let's go ahead and continue. Challenge. Making a game in a difference. What the? This is not the same game. What the heck? Oh, I think I do understand what he's trying to do though. Oh wait, actually never mind. Yeah, I see. So he's making a 3D game, but we're in a 2D lecture, I think. Or somehow he made a 2D sprite of a 3D model. And you know, if that's the case, I think that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool idea. So I can't animate the base within the same animation clip. If I do what Rick is doing, clicking on the base and hierarchy doesn't just let me move and animate it and record, it offers me to create a new animation as if the base wasn't a child of the trophy. If I create a separate animation for it, then it would not play in both at the same time. I need to select either one of them and only then it would play. Same in the game mode. Could be some UI changes, but can't figure this one out. Solved. Tutorial showed the animation controller being dragged and dropped to the trophy to create an animator component, but that seemed to have only created it for the parent trophy and its first child. The base didn't have one. I solved this by deleting the animator from the trophy and recreating it by add component animator in the inspector window, then drag and dropping the trophy animation controller in the field necessary. Could be some UI quirk between the tutorial Unity version and this one. Hope this helps. So his problem was, I think, he accidentally put the animator in the bottom two. I think because the trophy has the animator, the child objects has to refer to the trophy one. And that's what makes it, like, I guess, synergetic, have good synergy. I don't know. But it could also be a different version because he is using 2019, so I don't know how that version was. I'm using 2020. So yeah. Alright, here. What's this? Why do we go to the sprites and change pixels per unit instead of just changing the scale of the game objects? That's actually a pretty interesting point. I'm guessing because if we are, because I'm thinking that we could, like, let's say if we wanted to make another object based on that sprite, it's already adjusted so that they're all equal in size. But then again, we could always just make a prefab of the specific object. So I don't know. Hi, assuming you have two sprites, one is 123 pixels wide and the other one is 1701 pixels wide, what would their scale so they both get the same size on your screen? When you're done doing the math, add more sprites. Now add multiple sprites of the same type to your scene and make them all have the same size without using prefabs. I want all the sprites to be exactly 1 WU wide. How long did it take you to do that? And would you like to continue using the scale value if you knew that there are more sprites? How many seconds did it take you to achieve what I asked you to do? Now try to achieve the same thing with PPU and tell me how long it took you. I'm sure you'll instantly know what the purpose and advantages of PPU are. So it is quicker for sure because it can get the right results quickly, and it also kind of keeps the aspect ratio the same as opposed to, like, you know, scaling it. Let's try to do that actually real quick. Alright. So I think what, oops, well, it doesn't matter about the name. So I think what he's referring to is, like, why don't we just do this, or better yet, where's it? Where's the rectangle tool? What? Why is it like that? But yeah, like, go to a rectangle tool and just, like, increase the size or something. So we can hold shift to keep the aspect ratio, which helps, but then, you know, look how long that took, and then now we have to make sure that, you know, they were kept within size with each other, and then, like, oh, this doesn't look just right, doesn't look the same as before, so let's try changing that. And then you're always gonna make it like that, like, that's still not perfect. So then you would need to, like, a quicker way, which is just to go to the sprites, click on the trophy cut, and just change the pixels per unit, and boom, you have both like, I guess, compatible sprites, like compatible in that, like, their ratios, original ratios, were kept, as opposed to this one where we're just kind of guessing. We could get it right, but then we're not entirely sure because, you know, some small percentage of errors here and there, and it took longer because we had to do that. And let's say we had multiple sprites and we kept doing that, you know, that's going to be a pain in the butt, I think. So just changing, like, the pixels per unit is very fast, and that's a good advantage in itself. And even if like we want to change one thing, we could always that's a good question. Well, how would we change one specific animation? Like, what happens if we do want, both of them to be increased? But let's say we want this to be a little bit bigger. We could do it like this, but I thought we would be able to edit the sprites for individual ones. I might be mistaken, so I don't know. I guess if you're messing with a sprite sheet like this, you kind of assume that the sprites that you're messing with already are the size that is intended. Because like in our lizard jump, lizard walk, like the sprite here, like if we were to increase it, increases the lizard and all of the grids, and we don't want to be changing an individual sprite. Because this one is a special scenario with trophy where it's technically the sprite sheet contains 2 sprites as opposed to a sprite animation, so that's very different. But I assume, I guess originally, if you the intended use of the sprite should be already thought about already. So I guess my example wouldn't be necessary, because we would need to draw the animation, the sprites first, and then if we wanted to change it to look bigger, then we could just change the sprite itself and then do the pixel per unit. So maybe that's what it is. And we could always just prototype using the rectangle tool or the scale tool to kind of see what works better. But I guess overall, pixel per unit does seem a little bit more quicker to do and a lot easier to do as well. Alright. Someone asked the same question. So that's up to you. However, pixel per unit is much more convenient and precise. By default of a scale of a game object, it is 1, 1, 1. Assuming you have Sprite Renderer changed. Oh right, that's actually a good point too. Because if we change the pixel per unit, technically the scale doesn't change. Let me finish reading this first. So, assuming you have Sprite Renderer change the sprites via code, you would also have to change the scale via code, and if you did not adjust the PPU, this requires hard coding values, which is considered as bad practice in most cases. So essentially, what I'm thinking, just saying, see, what is it? Where's the W? Oh, I deleted it. So we're just gonna move it here. So as you can see, we have 1, 1, 1 for the scale, but then if we, we increased it, notice how the scale is changing, and then the scale is changed. The problem with this is when you're, I guess when it's the trying to match the screen, I guess the way the sprites are calculated based on the scale value does impact its looks depending on the aspect, or I mean not the aspect, depending on the screen resolution, because everything is 1, 1 so far, and it's much more consistent to make it like that, to make everything scaled to 1, 1, right? So that I guess it's easier to render, or what, I don't know entirely, but I kind of understand what she was trying to say. I just can't explain it properly. But nonetheless, I'm still gonna use pixel per unit because it is quicker, and if anything, that's the only reason or the main reason why I'm going to be changing the sprites based on the pixels per unit. Alright, let's go ahead and continue. Oh, it's only 1 minute 40 seconds video. Alright. Cool. Bye bye, lizard. Time dot delta time. Whoa. Oh, I just realized it's 1 hour. So yeah, we'll get to this, I guess, next time. So yeah, I'm gonna end the video here, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.